Welcome to Social Security and You, our locally produced program on Social Security topics of interest made for you, the residents of the greater Miami Valley area. I'm Theresa Busher. I'm the host of Social Security and You, and hey, I'm a Social Security employee as well, a longtime employee of the Social Security Administration, and I act as our communication liaison with the community. So I talk to folks of all backgrounds and ages about Social Security. So our program is really made for you and your loved ones and things that you need to hear and know about because Social Security truly impacts all of us. Our program today really gets to the heart of things, and that is your Social Security card. If you lose it, if your child loses their card, if you can't find it, if you need to change your name, how do you take that action? And this is such a core and important part of our lives for all of us. So we hope you will stay with us for today's program because I'm going to go over the best way and things to know about when that moment hits you and you need that Social Security card changed or you need that replacement for you or your family member. So as we dig into things today, we're going to do a quick disclaimer that things do change. You all understand that. So we are recording our program today in January of 2024. So things can change somewhat year to year. And we do give a disclaimer that we're produced here locally with our partnership with the Miami Valley Communications Council. But we always say, hey, we love all at Social Security. I think you all understand that. So when we talk about Social Security cards and numbers, the first thing folks ask me is, hey, when I need you guys at Social Security, I know that I can go online, etc. But what if I need to contact Social Security immediately? How do I do that? And I want you to think of a three-prong approach, all right? There are local offices you can visit. You can reach us on the phone. And of course, we want you to always know that Social Security is online. And you can reach us online at ssa.gov for Social Security Administration or at socialsecurity.gov. You can also walk in to any local Social Security office from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays. Now, our office hours are standardized, but every single Social Security office has the same hours. And at the end of our program today, I'll give you the local office phone numbers for those Miami Valley areas, Dayton, Springfield, Richmond, Indiana offices as well. So I always say to folks, though, caution. You can go into any office without an appointment. Okay, that is true. This is true. But most folks make a phone contact with us first, or at least try to go online, because the days are gone where we can do a same day appointment with you. So if you are coming in to do business in terms of filing an application for disability, for retirement, etc., we always recommend that you try to give us a call first. Again, you don't have to. You can walk in and we'll make an appointment for you. I just don't want folks to think, hey, I can walk in and just file my Medicare today or do my retirement today. That is going to be a very rare circumstance. Normally, you're going to have an appointment scheduled for you, and that'll be a phone appointment at a later date. So go online first if you can, or give us a call. Again, I'll give you all the 800 numbers for the local offices here at the end of the program as well to make your appointment if you cannot file your application online. Again, most folks file online, but we also do phone appointments, and you can call us from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on our call center, all right? I want to make sure, though, that we dive in pretty quickly here in terms of talking about Social Security cards. Now, I think most of you are aware that we enumerate now at birth. Don't you love our terminology, right? We give numbers to babies. Now, some of you viewing may remember back in the day, you actually went into a Social Security office. A lot of folks who are in the boomer age say to me, I remember doing this. I actually went in with my parents, got a Social Security card. Sometimes they got a card with all their siblings in tow. Mom took 5 of us into the office. We were all teens or whatever, and we all got our cards. They typed them up for us in the office. Yes, this was not the dark ages, but this actually happened, didn't it, you guys? Through the 70s, this is how we gave cards. We actually typed them up. Those first 3 numbers of your card were geographically based. So most of us in Ohio have 200 or 300 numbers. But for 30 plus years now, We have given social security numbers to babies as part of the process when you have your child in the hospital. This is enumeration again at birth. It's all part of stuff we do electronically with vital statistics. And by the way, if you've had a child since 2011, I don't have to tell you this, but I will tell our viewers, just because some of you may not be aware, that we started randomizing numbers. I know I kind of miss it because I liked kind of having our Ohio numbers. But now, if my baby's born in Ohio, from 2011 on, my child may not have a 200 number at all. They may have a number starting with 0 or 5 or 7. So it's completely randomized. So once you get that number, that's your number for life, isn't it? We do not change a number. You keep your number. You might change your name. You might get a replacement card. But once you have a number, that's the number that stays with you. So when you need to either correct your name or just get a replacement card, you cannot find your card, etc. All right. I want you to think that your first line of action is going to be to try to go online to ssa.gov or to socialsecurity.gov. Now make sure you always use our .gov for government for our official website. And you're not going to have to go far because right at the top of our website is the information that says your social security number and card. But you can also drill right down into going to ssa.gov/SS number for social security number. And you'll see right off the bat, there is a questionnaire, an online questionnaire that says, are you trying to request a copy, for a lost or stolen card? Or are you looking to update your name? Or is this the first time you've ever gotten a number? Because again, for some folks maybe who are recent U.S. citizens or new to the United States, or maybe you didn't have your child enumerated in the hospital, you can start the process for a number online. Now, adults, and for me and the Social Security world, adult, it's cut and dry. It's if you're 18 or older. Adults, we're going to have you try to do this process through your My Social Security account because it is possible that you may be able to do the entire replacement card process online. So you don't even necessarily have to show us documentation or come into the office. You may be able to do the whole thing online. However, there are some who are not going to be able to do that. For example, if you're under 18. So children and minors, you're going to start the process online, but you're not going to be able to finish it online. Same thing in Ohio right now with name changes, like I want to get married or I want to revert back to a maiden name. So I'm going to tell you how to do that here in a moment. For things you can't do through the My Social Security account, kids and name changes, hang on, we'll talk about those in a minute. But for those of you who are adults 18 and over, I'm going to have you always go first to your My Social Security account. And you can start that process completely online. If you have not done a My Social Security account, it's easy. You're going to sign in through our Social Security website. Again, you have to be 18, you have to have a mailing address, and you have to have an email, and of course, a Social Security number. I think that's a no-brainer. Many of you have already set up a My Social Security account. So I would like you to, even if you aren't interested in getting a replacement card, I always say now's the time. Check into your My Social Security account. Go online. It's a call to action for you, all right? Because even if you are years away from getting a Social Security benefit, or if you're already on Social Security, this is your personal portal to do business with us at Social Security. So I can't emphasize the importance of making sure you see your own information and that you have access to your own information with us. If you've already got a My Social Security account, you're going to sign in. There was an old way of signing in where you had your username and a password, and then you get a text sent to your email or your phone. And that whole process is still alive and well. But it was a little bit cumbersome. And if you've had an account for more than 3 years or so with us at Social Security, you use this older process. Now, I have talked to many folks, including in my own family, who have forgotten their passwords or their usernames. And sometimes it can be a real pain to reset that. So I have had folks say, is there a simpler way of doing this, Theresa? Because when I went in to get my password, I want to get a replacement card, etc. I go into this online account and it says you can request a new password, but it has to be mailed to me and that it could take up to 2 to 3 weeks. I don't want to wait that long. I want to get in now. So there is a newer method of getting into your My Social Security account through login.gov. So if you've never done an account before, again, you got to be an adult, 18 or older, or even if you've had an account with us before and you can't get in to the old account, you can try to get in through login.gov or ID.me. A lot of our veterans have used ID.me. A lot of you in the military are familiar with it. So you can use ID.me or login.gov. And even if you have an old account, if you use login.gov, a lot of times it's easier to get in and it will overlay the old account. All right, so I've had folks say this worked beautifully. Even though I couldn't get my old password, I did a new login.gov and I got in right away. So always try that even if you can't get in with the old one. If you can't get in, no matter what you try with login.gov, with ID.me, etc., you can always visit us at a local office. Remember that when you go into a local office, though, you are going to need to bring a valid ID. Usually that's going to be your driver's license or a passport. And you're going to sign in then with that My Social Security account. Again, we can help you get on through a local office. And this is where when you are pre-beneficiary status, so when you're not getting anything from us yet, this is where you can get your estimate. You can get all types of tools with us. You can check on the status of an application and create your own personalized retirement scenarios. I always say this is a nerd dream come true for me, because when you get into your My Social Security account, even if you're only in your 30s, your 20s, 30s, 40s, etc., you can get all kinds of great retirement planning information, including this little number line where you can swirl all around and look at different ages and different options, including what if I stopped work? What if I did this? What would my spouse be eligible for? As well as printing out an online statement for yourself. So you can actually print this all out and export it to hard copies. Check all of your wages also. Even those of you who are younger and say, I'm a long, long time away from ever getting Social Security, this is the base of your own retirement as well as disability. So we say to folks, I want you looking at this now, because if I'm in my 30s and I'm looking and seeing all kinds of zeros in my earnings from years back, and I'm like, where are those earnings? Now is the time to address that, not when you're 65. So we want you to look at all of these options, make sure you're really checking out your own information, including your earnings over the years. And if you're already on Social Security, this is your portal to monitor information. All right, you can see your monthly benefits. You can go back 2 years to look at your history, replace a 1099, get a replacement Medicare card, and coming back full circle, get a replacement Social Security card. So you can get a replacement card if you're on benefits or even if you're not on benefits, all right? So our online My Social Security tool walks you through how to replace that card. You can get the whole thing done online and have it mailed to you. However, again, there are going to be times where you're not going to be able to complete everything through your My Social Security account. So if you are trying to get a replacement card for someone under 18 who is not an adult, well, it's not going to work, because you have to be 18 or older to get that My Social Security account and to get the replacement card mailed to you. Again, it also isn't going to work yet for us in Ohio for name changes. Now, some states do have an electronic system where things are working electronically, where you can change your name completely online through the account. That is not there, but it's going to come for us in Ohio. It's just not there yet. Okay. So if you're changing your name or trying to get for a child, you're going to start still the process online through our socialsecurity.gov. And if you look kind of in the middle of our slide here, I have in red, you're going to start this at our Social Security number site, which you can get in right away through socialsecurity.gov or ssa.gov/SSN. That's the Social Security number. So what you do is you start an online request for your child or to change your name. After you submit this request, you will be given an opportunity to make an online appointment to bring in documents, because we are going to have to see evidence of your name change or evidence of your child's identity. All right. So What happens is that when you go through our process online, our information will give you a list of valid documents that you can bring in. You're going to have to bring in originals. Okay, so do not think that you can bring in a copy of your driver's license. That's not going to work. A copy of your divorce decree, a copy of your marriage certificate. You're going to have to bring in the actual original document, and we will upload a copy of that for you. All right, so remember, no copies, you guys. Originals are what we're going to need. So again, kind of think two-step process. Number one, I'm going to start everything online and I'm going to complete information. So let's say that I got married. Okay, so I go online and I start this process. I can't do the whole thing online yet, Ohio, but I start the process. I put my name change in, I put my information in, I submit that online. Then I get information on what I need to bring in, like my marriage certificate, and I have an option to make an appointment and to bring in that marriage certificate so that I don't have to wait in line. And this is a wonderful new feature for us. So I can say, hey, such and such a date on, March the 6th, I have an ability to go in at 10 a.m. into my local office. I can show which office I'm going to go into, bring in my document, and finish this process without having to wait online. So it's fabulous, and we want you to make sure that you look online to do that. I have had folks say to me, what if I don't want to do that? Could I just come into the office and not do anything online? Yeah, you can. You can just come into the office, but most folks like not having to wait in line. If you come into the office, you will have to wait in line to be served, and if you forget and you don't bring in your documentation, then we won't be able to assist you. So I always tell folks, number one, you're going to bring in an ID for yourself. That would be your driver's license or passport. And then number two, our online system will tell you what evidence you need. For name change, it would be, say, a divorce decree, a marriage certificate. But I want you to look at the third bullet on our slide that we're looking at right now. And this is for your children who are minors, so a child under 18. You can start the process of replacing a Social Security card for your child online, and then you're going to have to bring in documentation. And you can make an online appointment to do that, but you're going to have to think about two types of identity information. Number one, an ID for you, and number two, an ID for your child. Parents, custodians, this is not a birth certificate. A birth certificate we use one time, and that's at birth. So we're all enumerated at birth, or we've already shown a birth certificate to Social Security to show that we're U.S. citizens and prove our date of birth and get that original number for us. It's counterintuitive, I think, sometimes for us as parents, because you think, well, this is a minor child. Maybe I'm signing my child up for kindergarten, and I want to get that Social Security card. I have a 5-year-old. You might say, what identification, for heaven's sake, can I have for a 5-year-old? Well, number one, you need ID for yourself. So remember, bring in your own driver's license and or passport. But if you use our online system to ask for that replacement card for your child, our online system will pull up a list of documents that you can bring in for a child to show identity. And the biggest ones that we as parents can use for our children will be a school identity document or a medical ID document. And this could be, for example, a printout of an immunization record or a printout of a medical chart from my pediatrician's office. It just needs to be stamped and signed officially by that office. It needs my child's name and date of birth on it. Same thing for a school record or a daycare record. The daycare or the school can print out information. It just needs to have your child's name, your child's date of birth. Boom, they stamp it, sign it, or they just do their little signature on it. We can accept that as identity for that child. Some schools also provide your child with a photo ID. That also may be something that's we can work with. So again, go first online. Go through our list of evidence, start that process online, and then you also have an ability to make that appointment with the local office. I can't emphasize enough. We're going to have to see original documents. We cannot take copies. So whatever that doctor's office signs or stamps for you that has your child's name and date of birth in it, that's what you're going to bring in along with your own ID. Or if it's for your marriage name change, you're going to bring in your own ID plus that official marriage certificate or divorce decree. So remember that you can start everything online. I do want to make sure, though, that I emphasize one more time that you use .gov, socialsecurity.gov, or SSA.gov to do business with us. These are the official sites of the Social Security Administration. And you'll see on our kind of upper corner where we have like official website of Social Security, so you know you're in the right place. I bring up scams because there are imposters out there who have doctored up websites to look official. And we do not want you to be fooled. I know that probably all of you have heard of folks who have been called by people saying, I am law enforcement, I'm the IRS, or I'm the legal system, or I'm Social Security, and they will threaten you, and they will tell you, you have to give us all your information about your bank account or your Social Security number. You've been involved in a crime, so you have to give me your bank account and your Social Security number. Well, it might sound ridiculous, but some of these scammers are actually very, very good at manipulating all of us, and they get your blood pressure up and they get you going, and we're all vulnerable, my friends, to this type of scam. So I just want to emphasize, if you're threatened at all, or there's this immediate urgency, or something just seems weird, they demand, these folks that call you, demand that you pay in a gift card, a wire transfer. They tell you not to tell anyone about this at the bank. They tell you not to tell your own family about this, okay? This is the big warning sign. You hang up, right? You hang up and you call us at Social Security. You visit us at a local office. Do not be threatened, right? Even if it sounds like it's somebody very, very official. If you have that little bug in your ear, that feeling, you know, that you're just like, this doesn't seem right, I would much rather you be safe than sorry, and you hang up that phone, call us directly. The other thing is sometimes it'll say, press 1 to talk to a representative, but it could be a scam representative. I'm saying hang up and call Social Security back directly if you have any reason to believe it may be fraudulent. Okay, one more thing about the website. We at Social Security do not charge for our services. You do not pay money to get a replacement Social Security card. You do not pay money to do an application online with us. I have had folks say, it said online that if I paid $50 extra, my Social Security card could be expedited. That is a scam. There is no faster way. You don't pay us extra. Everybody is treated in the same way with us at Social Security. We do everything we can as quickly as possible for you, but you do not pay us extra to go ahead of everybody else, or there's no fast passes with Social Security. Go ahead of the line or get your card faster than your neighbor, etc. Remember, .gov is our website, ssa.gov, socialsecurity.gov. Get your My Social Security account to do business with us. And if you have any reason to believe that a website is a scam or a phone call, get out of that. Visit us, go to our official website, all right? We will make sure also and do a fraud report. If you feel that you have been, for some reason, a victim of fraud, we can do that for you in an office, on the phone, or you can report that for us online. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up our program right now. I'm going to go and show you in just a moment all of our local offices here in the greater Dayton and Miami Valley area. But some of you listening may be and viewing us may be outside of the Dayton area or have loved ones outside of the Dayton area. If you go into our website, which I will show you in a moment, or call our 800 number, we'll help your loved ones find their local offices. And remember, before you walk in, always try to go online to our website or give us a call at our 800 number, which can make you an appointment with your local office. Also, we have archives of programs available through our wonderful partnership here with the Miami Valley Communications Council. If you go to mvcc.video, you can search Social Security and You. We have programs on disability, on Medicare enrollment, on retirement, how to plan for retirement, all the essentials that you need. Visit our archives so that you can inform you and your family to make the best decisions when it comes to Social Security, because we are the future and your financial foundation for your family. Thank you so much for being a part of Social Security and You. Join us again for another program soon.